Hey everybody, I'm Greg.
And I'm Katie. Welcome to our next road trip acquisition.
Well, it really wasn't a road trip.
No road trip this month, but that did not stop the inflow of games.
We did have to drive places to get some of these, so.
The furthest was.
But we never left
the city.
We never left the metropolitan area of
we did
Indianapolis.
So that's okay though. This was a very busy 2 months. We're not even all the way through May, but we're going to do this anyway because the shelf was getting a little full.
We're close enough.
We're close enough. And we're not buying anything else between now and the end of May. Worst case, a couple Kickstarters come in. So, but this was a very busy month between Mother's Day and birthdays and...
Explain her birthday's at the end of April. Then it's Mother's Day, and then my birthday's at the beginning of May. Or is it Mother's Day's after?
Yes, your Mother's Day's after your birthday. It's okay. I don't think there's any way, shape, or form Mother's Day will ever be before your birthday.
True.
Because it's like, May 2nd.
The second day of the May.
Yes. Anyway, regardless, it was a busy month. Months. So, but before we get started, please subscribe to the channel. Like the video if you like what we're doing. If you want to see more content, hit the bell icon and you'll get that notification as we put stuff up.
And if you really like us, follow us on our social medias. Like, you could join our Facebook group, the Meeple Society. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Follow us by searching the Meeple Society.
All right.
So, let's get started here.
Let's get started.
This first batch of games we got through, we got a bunch of games. What else is new? This first batch of games is games that we've seen that we were interested in. And we thought about, there is one game that doesn't fall in that category. It was free.
Just start.
And we're going to start with that game. This was free, basically.
Okay, so every once in a while, my work does this. Well, he handed it to me. My work does this thing where they give us $45 to spend at this snack place. And it's all supposed to be healthy snacks. And to be honest, 50% of the stuff I won't eat. It's weird. But this time, they actually had 3 games on there. So I thought, what the heck? So I picked up this guy instead. Sherlock, Holmes, what is this?
The Baker Street
Irregulars. Irregulars. We've not had a chance to dig into this. This is a choose-your-own-adventure story, which we typically don't get into. I really want to play this one with Mark and Jess, because this is right up their alley. This is what they really enjoy.
Yeah, when I first saw this, I thought, it's some generic, unknown... This is a Van Ryder game, so it's got some...
But it was free. But this is, there's a mission log. Okay, fine. It's a
that has
scenario.
The map of the city that you're working in on the back. Yes, this is the map that you work with.
But there are 4 books.
I did read that.
One for each character in the book, in the thing. But all of them are.
It's like a comic book.
They're graphic novels. So but they're all identical.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. I really want to dig into this guy, but we just have not had time. And like I said, I really want to get Mark and Jess to do this with us.
It's a choose-your-own-adventure to where each character could choose its own path of which way it's going to go for the investigation.
So it just seems really interesting. So hopefully we'll check in on this one later and see, let you know what we thought about it.
Maybe we'll review it.
Yeah, it's interesting. But anyway, that is Sherlock Holmes. Baker Street Irregulars. This was technically a gift from work.
Yep. So the next one is... This was technically bought on Katie's birthday
but it was an afterthought.
Surplus. And, she made the mistake as she's in line. She goes, did you see anything else you wanted? That's an invitation to say, go get a game. Sure, let's go get... So I found this. I'd seen it in prototype form because I follow these guys on Twitter and Instagram.
I don't know.
I seen a prototype. I seen it go to Kickstarter. Didn't get back it then, but I waited for it to come out. This is 3 Sisters. It's a roll and write.
This never looked interesting to me, but since he picked it up, we've watched a video on it, and it looks very interesting now. So
it's definitely a different take on a roll and write. You're
farming.
You're basically you're gardening.
Gardening.
You got a garden that you're planting and getting things from, and you're building tools to be able to use to help your gardening get more points and everything.
Right.
So it looked interesting. We picked it up at Hitherto. Yeah. That was our drive outside of the Indianapolis. We left the county to go get this game.
It was a 15-minute road trip.
You know, when you live near the county line, it's not that far.
No.
But so this is Three Sisters by this is Ben Pitchback and Matt Riddle. They have some pretty good games. They did that card game that we liked, the Star one, where you build your telescope and
Stellar.
your Stellar. Yes,
Stellar
they're the
Siege?
makers of
Stellar?
Stellar.
Yeah,
Stellar.
Stellar. Okay. Anyway, we'll check this one out, and we're thinking about doing a roll and write series, so this might show up on there. We'll see if we ever get around to it.
Okay. This is another one we found at...
Yeah, we went to, oh my gosh, we were on the south side for something. And we went into...
What is the name of that game store?
It's a popular chain.
It's, well, at least here it is.
There's two of them in the city.
Katie's going to write down the name of the store about right in here someplace when she does this video. So she'll let you know what this store is, or we'll think of it as we're going along.
Okay.
But she picked up The Lost Ruins of Arnak Folded Space Insert.
Folded Space. If you have never checked out Folded Space's insert, these are fabulous. They are lightweight.
Yes, they don't add to
nicely.
the weight of the game.
No, they don't.
Like some of the wooden ones do.
I don't know if you can see. These are all literally just foam. Now, obviously, I've not put this one together yet. But they come in just foam sheets with really nice instruction manuals. And I'll fold this up and leave it in the box because it shows you
how to pack the box.
Yeah, it shows you up here how to pack the box and a list of what goes into all the sections.
They're just foam sheets, and it's all punched out, or punch boards too. And you use like a wood glue to,
I've used
just the Elmer's glue. Yeah,
Elmer's
glue just to put it together, and it holds together just fine. We have a lot of our games in this,
and they're not expensive.
No, they're not.
The actual company is overseas. I want to say
this one,
Belgium.
The Game Preserve. That's the name. If she hasn't already put it up there, it's the Game Preserve. The reason I know that is because it's still on the price tag.
Nice. That's one way to do it. Okay, so. The store for Folded Space is, I want to say, in Belgium, and they've got a website with just, all right, fine, I'll put it on later, with just tons and tons of stuff. A lot of our game stores have started carrying this brand, so when I see one I don't have, it's a good cheap alternative. I mean, this cost us $23, whereas I know some of the wood ones can go upwards of $40 and $50, $60.
Yeah, and I know people do buy the little foam boards to build their own little customized.
I have bought myself a box of the foam boards.
Yep.
But I have not had time to dig into even trying.
You're just not creative enough to organize.
Well, I think I could do it. I'm not worried about figuring it out. It's finding the time to figure it out, and I just haven't gotten there yet.
You would think we have busy lives.
Or small children we have to deal with, which we do not.
We do not.
So, that is Folded Space. Like I said, if you've not checked out their inserts, they're worth checking out.
Okay, so these next two we actually found at Half Price Books, which I think is all over the United States. So
yeah,
if you're watching from the United States.
These were basically, we were killing time before we went over to
a friend of ours,
Co-op of Nerds. We get together and game with them every once in a while. Mary and
your
Doug.
boy Fresh.
Anyway, but we were killing time before we were due over there because they'd wanted to have time to hopefully get the kids down for bed. And we stopped into Half Price Books after having dinner and found these two.
So, this one, Katie swore she's not going to play with me, but she's going to play with me at least once. This is Memoir 44. I've always wanted to play this game.
This is going to be a him and Justin thing.
I have constantly heard good things about this game. It is a war game, and like I've said on the podcast before and some of the other videos, that I was kind of looking at getting into war games. But she won't play war games, so... And our last... the A's of our playing... It was just a bunch of Axis and Allies, so I kind of like that then.
This is a him and Justin game.
So, yeah, this is a two-player game. Where you're basically there's so much content for this game. There's so many stuff for it. So, but it's basically a two-player war game. This is probably another one of Days of Wonder's evergreen. They sell this one a lot.
With the amount of content in this one, yeah, for sure, it's an evergreen. All right.
And I think they still come out with content for that.
Probably.
I mean, there's even manuals for that book on how to play it. Okay, the next one is one we seen. We was like, oh, yeah, let's try it out. It wasn't that expensive.
It's Disney.
And this box is like, crazied out. No, I didn't open it up for you to open it up. I'm fixing the box, but
I don't open boxes in this one.
This is Sidekicks. Disney Sidekicks.
I've heard mixed reviews on this one.
Yeah.
The pieces are really nice. They're nice plastic. I don't know. We'll find out. It was inexpensive. It was Disney. Worst case, it ends up in the travel collection because I think being Disney, it will attract.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things we thought about. The main thing we thought about is to go into that collection up there.
But I want to play it. We'll see. But we'll try and get.
It's an Eric M. Lane game, though.
Eric Lane, yeah.
Oh, it's got to be decent,
right? You think?
Okay, these next ones were just because we wanted them. Katie found this one on Facebook, on a Facebook marketplace. Mm-hmm. This is the Search for Planet X.
I don't know much about it. Every time I think of this one, I think of one that's coming up later, and I forever got the two mixed up. I don't anymore. But
this is a lot smaller box than that.
This is a much smaller box.
It's a lot smaller box than I originally thought it was going to be too.
So, but anyway, it's a social deduction.
It's a deduction game. Yeah. Basically, everybody's trying to find Planet X.
Yeah.
And score points. Oh. There is mixed reviews on this. Some people like it, some people don't. I mean, if it's not your bag, it's not your bag.
So we'll try and get this one played.
But it's one we've wanted to play. Okay. So this one we bought just because we have a big group.
My office has gotten all back together again, and we've been saying since we were all split in half and on 2 rotations, we've been talking about doing a big game night once everybody was able to come back together as a whole again. So we're doing that next month. And I needed some games. We wanted to kind of bolster our 6-player light games. Yep. So that's what this is.
This is Stella.
It looked interesting. It plays up to 6, yeah. It looked interesting. It was a quick 30-minute game. And it felt like something that would be easy to explain to people who don't typically game.
It's in the Dixit universe. Now, we have not played Dixit. I know. How could we be gamers who never played Dixit? But we haven't.
When we get to the D's.
It's the 2 of us, and you need more than 2 players to play
When we get
Dixit,
to the D's, yes. I think it's a 3+.
Yep.
So, but that's Stella. If you know anything about it, want to give me any tips on how to teach this to people, please let us know. But yeah, as you can see, it's still in shrink. We haven't played it yet.
This next one was one we thought about kickstarting, and then I let it go, and we picked it up at the Game Preserve.
Yep,
now that we've seen it is out. This is Merchants of the Dark Road.
I know nothing about it. I never watched anything.
It's Elf Creek game, so Elf Creek always does a great job on components. This is about your merchants basically going around and buying and selling things, I believe.
I like the artwork, but that's beyond.
It looked great on Kickstarter. Like I said, I really thought about it, and then I was like, maybe not.
That's
Merchants of the Dark
Road. I've been seeing a lot of people playing this on.
Yes, well, because it's now it delivered on Kickstarter, and now it's out in the stores.
Yeah. So. But anyway, I'm anxious to get this one too. Mm-hmm. Preferably before we get to the M's.
Yes, I plan to.
All right.
This last one we bought. Basically, we have done a video on this. Yes. We played Mark and Jess's copy, and this box lid's even on there, and it box farts.
All right, so we did a video with this one with Mark and Jess, or on this one with Mark and Jess. We talked about it on the podcast, and as we were talking about it, we talked about the fact that it was hard to find. It wasn't in the stores. None of us had ever seen it in the stores. So during the thing, you started looking online just to see where it was available. You found 10 copies at Cool Stuff?
Yes.
10 copies at Cool Stuff. And as we were discussing it more and more, I went on and looked and saw the price and made a comment that now there were only 9.
It was like less than half price.
It was less than half of what they paid for the Kickstarter version. So we haven't even gotten to play our copy yet, but it was a fun tile laying game.
That we could see our other game group.
Yes, I could definitely see our other game group really liking this. But yeah, so it's I'm anxious to get it played again. We've only gotten to play it the one time that we recorded it, because that was when Mark taught it to us. Yeah. Interesting game in the genre of the World's Fair. What is it?
H.H. Holmes.
Yeah, H.H. Holmes and the World Fair in Chicago.
Yeah,
yeah.
If you know the story behind it, you know the story behind it. If you don't, look it up. We're not going to go into it. It's kind of gruesome.
It's a grisly story. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
So okay.
And it actually part of it took part right here, maybe 10 miles from our house. So
yeah, that's weird. All right.
Okay, the next part of this is the birthday gifts. We're going to start here. And we're going to start off with Katie's birthday since it came first.
Yep.
At the time of buying these, she was only a year younger than me.
Whatever.
The first one is Azul, Queen's Garden.
I love the Azul line.
I like them except for the first one.
I like them all, so I wanted to pick this one up.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, it is the most challenging of all of them.
And the one I like the most.
Of course you do. And I do like it. Don't get me wrong. I do like it. It reminds me a little bit of Calico, a little bit of Corkle, with some of the pattern matching. But yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, because this one you're not just putting tiles down. You can also pick up, well, the little
picking
tiles.
up
you're
tiles.
You're
actually picking up more
placement tiles to
pieces
build
of
your board to put more tiles on.
Your board is basically built in 2 layers. Your garden, you basically are building the garden grounds and then the actual flowers on top of it. So it's really interesting.
And you're getting points for
get
the way you got them laid.
Yep.
It also has a little bit of the set from like the last one. Summer Pavilion, where when she surrounded something, you got some wilds.
Yeah.
This one you get what they call as jokers, so they're like extra tiles that you can play for anything.
We went pretty in depth on this on our A to Z video, so if you want to see that, there's lots of comparison videos out there. We're not going to spend a lot of time going into it here. Hopefully, eventually we'll get a comparison done of the 4 of them, but
it's a good one.
It's a good one, yeah, for sure.
Next is bees. This was a gift.
This is a gift from our kids. Well, from Eric and Journey.
Eric and Journey. The youngest.
This is just a little unique. You know, you've got your flowers, and you've got these cute little bees. We just did this one too on our bee video, which should be up before this one is.
Depending on which video she edits first.
Right. But the bees on this, I'm just going to show you these. I absolutely adore these bees if I can get them open.
She also showed this on the other video.
I did. But look at these little bees. Look at how cute those are. Just little 3D bees. These are your player pieces. So you're moving around the flower field and picking up nectar, which you use to store your boards. You store your nectar based on how many spaces you moved, and everybody has different scoring conditions that they're aiming for. So it's just a really interesting, light resource gathering game, and I really like it. So, but that is bees. Like I said, I'm not going to go heavily into it because we just did that, and I put the box lid on wrong. So,
okay. The next one is actually an expansion. This is Geekopolis. This is the game we got to play at the retreat last year.
Yep.
Katie fell in love with it because she'd wanted to play it, and we found it on the way home. Right.
We found Geekopolis on the way home.
The way home from the retreat.
From the retreat.
Look at that.
The acquisition video from
September.
Yes.
Someplace in there.
September.
Hey, we talk all about the game, so.
Anyway, so this one is just an expansion to it. It adds experts, as the title implies. It adds more cards, more tiles.
We have not got to play it yet.
I haven't even opened it yet. Hopefully it'll fit in the box. I have no idea, but we'll see. But that's Geekopolis.
So this next one is her big one, which I saved up money for to get it for, and
yes. I found a copy
Arc Nova
at Family Time Games. I called around because this was hard to find for a while. It probably still is. I don't know. I stopped looking. But I went into one of our normal game stores and they had never even heard of it, which was a little concerning, but that's okay. They focus more on miniatures and role playing and stuff now. So, but anyway, they had never heard of it. So I called one of our other normal stores, and they had a supply coming, but what was coming wouldn't even fill their pre-orders yet because they'd had one of their boxes had been damaged. So I then called the store on the other side of the city, Family Time Games, and he very nicely put me on their wait list, said he had an order coming that would more than fulfill his wait list. And the shipment was 4 days late, which was agonizing. But we finally got it.
Yeah, eventually you got this the day after my birthday, though, didn't you? It finally came in.
Yes, I think so. Yes.
Yeah, because originally we were going to play this on my birthday.
Yeah.
And it didn't come in.
It didn't come in. But absolutely worth all the hype. Mm-hmm. It is a long game. Yep. If I have any complaints about it, it is a long game.
Now,
that being said, we like long games.
Yeah, and it's also good to say that we're not big on the hype.
We are not big following hype.
When big games come out and there's all kinds of hype, we just kind of sit back, watch the reviews, wait, see if it just like disappears.
This
was
one,
it worth
though,
it?
the hype seemed different. Mm-hmm. There was just a different level of hype.
Well, I think, too, what helped you is that they said it's a lot like Terraforming Mars, and Terraforming Mars is like her almost her all-time favorite game.
This is a close tie for first place on all-time favorite now, let me tell you. But this is, you're building a zoo. I mean, if you haven't heard anything about it, then you're on the wrong channel, apparently.
It has similarities to...
It does have some similarities, but really the only similarities to it, in my opinion, is matching the icons
on the cards.
You're collecting icons
to get
cards.
Yeah.
So, but you're building a zoo, so it's kind of it's not really polyominoes. They're all hexagon pieces, just 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 hexagon pieces. But it's worker placement. It's not even worker placement, is it? No, it's not worker placement. I'm knocking it over.
There's about that much worker placement.
That's true.
Because you do have assistants that go to
That's
the
what I was
board
thinking
to
of,
get
the worker placement.
stuff.
Okay, yeah. But just a great game. Absolutely great game. I would love to do a video on this one, but it would be a long one. So maybe eventually we'll get there.
And like she said, if you want to know more, go to YouTube. There's a million different people talking about it. Yeah. So
definitely worth seeking out, though. If not to purchase, then at least to get a play-in of it. So that's Ark Nova.
Okay, now we're going to move on to my birthday stuff.
Yes.
So, first off, we're just going to start small to big because that's the way I have a pack. We got the second part of the crew, Deep Sea Mission.
Yep, this was again
our Mission Deep Sea.
A birthday present from Eric and Journey. Mm-hmm. So it's a 3 to 5, but that's okay. We have plenty of people who will play it with us.
Yep. Oh yeah, because Justin and Jackie even love it.
Justin and Jackie love it. Joe and Tony love it.
Oh yeah, it actually says a 2-player variant, but I wonder if it'll work better than the 2-player variant for the other one. And we haven't even finished the other one yet, though. But
yeah, we gotta finish the other one first.
So we'll finish that one before we get to this one.
So it's Mission Deep Sea.
But sounds fun.
Yep.
Next one is to continue our collection of Marvel Champions. I know the newest one actually already is coming out now. This, though, one is the Spider-World, the Sinister Motives. It introduces Spider-Man and Venom.
Yep. Yeah, I picked
and
this
the
one
heroes
up at
are who?
Saltiers.
This is
Spider.
It has Mysterio,
Spider
Venom, Dr. Octopus, and Sandman, and then Spider-Ghost and Spider-Man.
Yep. So, but yeah, I picked this one up at Saltiers. Back when I was asking about Ark Nova, I found this. Well, I went in for this because I knew they always carry the Marvel stuff. So I went in to grab this and asked about Ark Nova while I was there. So, but yeah, that was.
So this will go in our big Champions box to be played. We got to sit down now and start playing them because we've got a lot of them that we have not played yet.
Nope, not yet. All right.
And the next one that's coming out introduces the X-Men into Marvel Champions.
All right.
The next one is one we've been hunting for. Apparently, it has come back into print.
It's come back. We thought we had a coup. We found a copy.
We found a copy of this at a store, and it was for a decent price, not $300 that they are selling it online for.
And then I think we found 4 more copies within a week someplace else.
But it's Honey Buzz. It's not the deluxe version, but we know where we can get the deluxe parts for it if we like it. We haven't played it yet. I got it home and I opened it just to see what it looked like inside. So that's the only reason it's open. Not punched or nothing. But it looks good. It sounds good. We've seen a
100%
thing on it.
organic strategy.
Okay. But it's basically you're making honey, selling honey, and building your hive.
It looks really cute. I love
to produce the honey.
I just want to look at pieces. Oh yeah, not even punched.
Yes, not even punched. I said it wasn't
Love
punched.
the artwork. But okay, anyway, we'll get to it. We'll get it. I'm not gonna.
Don't lose the bags. We don't have enough of those.
I just gave literally half the drawer to Justin and Jackie. We got plenty still.
Next, we have another expansion to a game that we bought just the last one. Yeah, on the last acquisition.
We bought that on the trip.
This is the Cold Waters expansion to Aquatica.
I want to play this. I love this game.
Aquatica, I was really amazed with. I wasn't sure if I'd like it or not. Played it, really liked it.
Yeah.
Gonna get it back to the table again.
Yes, I definitely want to get this. It's technically an A, even though we did not include the expansions.
No, we did not
video.
include the expansions, or it would have taken another 10 years.
Right, but I still want to get it played. So,
Aquatica, Cold Waters expansion.
Yeah.
Then the last one for my birthday is another one we played. I've always wanted to play. We got to play it at the retreat last September. And this is Pulsar 2849.
This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, this is a Vladimir Suchi game.
Yeah,
and he's got pretty good games.
So I'm looking forward to playing this one again. Where it's a little.
And I wanted this for a while, and then when I said, "Okay, let's get it," it was kind of like Project Kaput Regni. When I finally decided, "Yes, let's get it," the hype has gone away. Let's get it now, and yeah, it disappeared. This one also disappeared, but we found it again at Hitherto.
Yeah. So that is Pulsar 2849.
Okay, these last two are actually Kickstarters that have come in.
Oh, finally.
This first one is we have a video for already. If you want to go and watch it. This is Planet Unknown before Katie starts drilling all over this again. This is what she talked about. She got mixed up with Search for Planet X.
Yes, I did. I didn't get so much mixed up. I was constantly getting the names mixed up. Mm-hmm. But this one is, like I said, we did a video on this one. Absolutely beautiful. The gimmick of the game is this gorgeous Lazy Susan. This took almost 2 years to fulfill on Kickstarter, and I'll tell you, man, it was worth every minute. Absolutely phenomenal game. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to go into it heavily because we do actually do a playthrough of it for you, but I mean, look at the versatility. You can even change the Lazy Susan around. I love it. Play it in a different position every time. Now it doesn't want to go back together. There it goes. So that is Planet Unknown. This has been
polyomino game that I actually like.
Yeah, you actually have won half of our games.
I've won most of the games.
Wait, I've won a couple.
Have you won?
I've won at least one. Shut up. Anyway, that is Planet Unknown.
And the last one, this one just came in, a couple days ago?
Yes, I got it late last week.
And this is, we plan on possibly doing a video of it. Well, we were going to do a video of it, but it might be today, it might be tomorrow. Yeah. This is Wild Serengeti.
Oh, I love this game.
I'll let Katie talk about it again because this is one of her Kickstarters that she backed.
This took less than 9 months to fulfill. It was a very fast turnaround. And for the quality of game, was produced by Bad Comet, came out of Korea, South Korea. This one, the meeples on this, all right, it has the rock, which, yes, it has a purpose, but
look at pictures. We're not going to set it up.
No.
Or wait for the video.
This is, the real draw to this guy is the meeples. Can you hear that? The meeples on this are absolutely phenomenal. I love these meeples. But the concept of this one is you are playing a photographer. Yeah, you're trying to film a documentary. You're playing a documentary director and trying to film a documentary on the wild animals of Africa or on the Serengeti. And there are cards in here. There are goal cards, and there are a lot of goal cards that tell you how you need the animals set up. So like this one, for instance, you want 2 of the water buffalo on rock formations, and one crocodile or alligator in the grasslands. Crocodile. I can't tell the difference.
I think they call them crocodiles.
Okay. On the grasslands. So it just, you spend the whole game maneuvering these animals around on your turns, and there's 4 rounds. It's just really intriguing, and these pieces are phenomenal. It is a great game. Like I said, we're going to be doing a video of it. It probably won't be up before this one, but it'll be up. It'll be up shortly. That I promise. So that is Wild Serengeti. Like I said, newest Kickstarter. I am hoping for the next couple months it will be minimal, but you know what? Father's Day falls in there, so maybe, maybe not. But we also have 2 Kickstarters that are literally getting ready to ship if they're not already in transit. So we'll see what next month brings. But that is it for this month. We'll leave you with this gorgeous, gorgeous picture. If I can close the box. Hey, I got it on right. So, that is it for this month. Let us know what you think of some of these games, if you've played them and liked them, especially some of the ones we haven't gotten to play yet. But
yeah,
what were some of your favorite Kickstarters? What did you get in Kickstarter this month?
So until then, we will see you in a month or 2.
Hopefully 2, because I'm hoping next month does not bring much other than a couple Kickstarters that we're expecting in.
We'll see.
We do say that a lot, though, don't we? Yeah.